Alright, welcome everybody back to the channel. It is Monster here, and I'm here to make some AEW WrestleDream 2025 predictions based on the match card here. I kind of forgot this pay-per-view was happening until I seen my buddy Will's video on his predictions. so, um, yeah, basically last minute predictions video from me. Um, but yeah, lots of content coming your way. Obviously today and Sunday because I'm mostly busy tomorrow when I upload this, so that's why I'm getting a lot of stuff done. But anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the matches. So we're gonna start off with the pre-show matches, and then we'll work our way from the bottom up on the main card. So we got FTR taking on Jet Speed. I think FTR needs this win here. Obviously, they just lost to Christian and Copeland at All Out. So I think they need a win to rebound them. And I think Jet Speed is good enough, for them to beat. Although I wouldn't be mad at Jet Speed winning either, to be honest. And tag team matches all over this pre-show. Eddie Kingston and Hook versus a team to be announced. I'm probably going to go Eddie Kingston and Hook by default because we don't know who the other team is. So, yeah. Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Divine Vanity, Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. I'm going to say this one goes to Harley and Willow. I think, the baby faces get the win here. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have much logic. I'm just basically taking a shot in the dark here and hoping it sticks. So that's my pick there. And then the last pre-show match is Roderick Strong with the Conglomeration, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Ishii versus the Death Riders, Castagnoli, Yuta, Garcia, and Pac. This is a tough one. I kind of want to go with the Death Riders here, but at the same time, I kind of don't. I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to go with the Conglomeration and Roderick Strong. I feel like, this is going to be a down night for the Death Riders, but I'll get to that later when I get to the Moxley-Darby match. So I'm going to go with the babyfaces to dominate the pre-show outside of one match. So on to the main card. We have the Hurt Syndicate all the way here at the bottom. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP taking on the Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa. I don't even want to bother pronouncing that. I don't want to botch it. I'm going to say the Syndicate get the win here. I mean, the Demand got the big win at All Out. I think the Hurt Syndicate should get their win back. Maybe tie up the series. And then maybe we get a rubber match between the two. We'll see. So I'm going to go with the Syndicate to win this one. Then we have Jamie Hayter versus Tekla one-on-one. This is tough. I'm going to say Tekla wins this one. I'm going to say, because I think Tekla would benefit beating Jamie Hayter, because Jamie Hayter is a former women's world champion. So I think Tekla winning here could elevate her stock and maybe go after Chris Statlander at some point down the line. So I'm going to go with Tekla getting the win here. Brodito defends the tag team titles against the Don Callis family, Okada and Takeshita. I think it's obvious. I think everybody can see it from a mile away that Brodito is going to retain. And it's going to be a can they, won't they coexist storyline with Okada and Takeshita or whatever. So I think the result's pretty obvious here. I don't need to take a long time talking about it. See, Kyle Fletcher defends the TNT Championship against Mark Briscoe. Man, this is tough because I feel like Kyle Fletcher is doing decent. I don't really check out AEW that much, but from what I've seen from Kyle Fletcher, he's done a good job as TNT Champion. But at the same time, I want to say they want to put the belt on Mark Briscoe. Oh, I'm so 50-50 on this one. I'm going to go with Fletcher retaining. I'm going to say there's some shenanigans afoot of some sort, because I don't think there's any stipulation that prohibits the Don Callis family from coming out and playing a role at the end. Maybe the conglomeration come out to help Mark, but Fletcher takes advantage of the distraction and wins. I guess that's the logic I'm going for, and then maybe Briscoe wins it down the line. I want to maybe see Fletcher hold on to the belt for a little bit longer, and that's kind of my gut feeling here. So I'm going to say Fletcher retains the belt. Jurassic Express takes on the Young Bucks. Because Jurassic Express has just come back together, and I really don't see why AEW would want them to take an L here. But I feel like the stipulation of the winners receiving $500,000 or whatever, I think it kind of gives the result away that the Young Bucks are going to win. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Jurassic Express wins, but I don't see a world where there's money on the line, given what the Young Bucks gimmick currently is, of trying to get themselves out of the hole that they found themselves in since All In by winning all this money. I mean, I think it basically writes itself. So I'm going to say the Bucks get the win here, and continue doing whatever they're doing. Women's Championship match. Chris Statlander takes on Toni Storm. I'm not going to take too much time into this. Statlander just won the belt. She's going to retain it. Toni Storm probably, and I'm going to echo Will's sentiments here, she needs to maybe take a step back from the world title picture, I think. I mean, she's been in that spotlight for, what, like a year, I want to say? A year? I don't know. I think it was like the end of 23, beginning of 24, she's been in that picture. So I think Toni should take a step back. Statlander gets the win. Not really much else to say here. The AEW World Championship match. Hangman Page defends against Samoa Joe. Again, I think a pretty predictable outcome here. Hangman's going to retain the belt. It's going to be a good match. I'm sure of it. But I don't see a world where Samoa Joe beats Hangman, especially, I don't think Samoa Joe is the end goal here. I think it's going to be, I'd say MJF, because I'm pretty sure he still has that world title contract. That MJF maybe takes the belt off Hangman in a dirty way, and then eventually Darby will be the one to dethrone MJF. I think that's the long-term play here. So, I mean, as much as Samoa Joe being a world champion would be great, especially with the recent report that he's going to be retiring after his current AEW contract, I think it was. I mean, it would be cool to see him have one more reign at the top, but I just don't see Hangman losing anytime soon. So, Samoa Joe, Hangman banger, but Hangman wins. The final match, which I wouldn't be shocked if this main evented, would be Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin in an I Quit match. This is where Darby wins, right? Darby's lost, 3 or 4 times to Moxley in AEW since his inception, and he hasn't gotten one win over Mox. I feel like, Pac coming back at All Out and costing the match, that's fine. I mean, I think we all expected Darby was going to win, but you know what? That's fine. But this is where Darby needs to win, right? Usually the baby faces always win these I Quit matches, and Darby needs a win over Moxley. He's yet to get one. This is the place to do it. Give Darby the win and elevate him to world title contender as soon as possible. That's the only outcome I think everybody will enjoy. I mean, I'm not discrediting Moxley. I'm sure this is going to be a bloody, great match. But I think Darby's the right winner here. He has to be, given the history and everything like that. So I'm going to stick with Darby Allin to beat Moxley and make him say I quit. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is your AEW WrestleDream 2025 predictions. Um, what are your predictions? Leave them down below if you would like to. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more content. I mean, this weekend's going to be full of content. And until next time, y'all, have a good one.